Happy Valentine's Day. Hi there. Is anyone on here? Give me a comment. Say hi. Say Happy Valentine's Day. Hey. Hi there. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I want to wait a minute and let a few more people come on before I start anything. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I figured I'd start a little bit different with a little bit of music. I just wanted to come on and, if anyone wanted to discuss a few things with me. Right now, the subject matter is about Bigfoot relationships. Do they have relationships? Are they loners who just happen to run into each other? And do they find a mate? Do they mate for life? One mate? Do they have harems? Chime in. Let me know what you guys think. I know what I've put myself, as well as what other researchers who've been doing this, around the country have also observed, and what their theories are on this. Let me see if I can. Alrighty. I'm going to post a link in the right here in the chat. If you want to join me, I can only have one person. Oh, hi there. I can only have one person who can join me. Because I'm on the free, I don't pay. So if you want to join me, click on that link and we can discuss, and hopefully other people can join in also. Also, one thing I wanted to announce, as a special Valentine's gift, to all of you, I have a prize that I will be presenting to one of you on the chat. As long as you comment on the chat. Decal. I've got a decal right here. Let me see if I can get the glare off of it. So get in there. Uh, Hi, Joe. How you doing? Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, Patty, good to see you in here. Happy Valentine's Day. Again, if someone wants to join me, and I'm hoping that it uh, will let me know without me having to go to another screen that someone is clicking on that link. Uh, but in the chat, I've posted a link. Oh, okay. Okay, Joe, Michael, good to see you. But for anyone who wants to join me, like I said, I can only have one person on as a guest. I'm on the free plan, and people on the free plan can only have one guest. Aw. Thanks, Patty. No, at the little bit later in the broadcast, what I will do is I will go through. There's a special website. Let me see, what is it called? Commentpicker.com. What it does, it scans through all the comments, and it just randomly chooses one person, one comment, just randomly. And whoever it picks, whoever this website, whatever it is, chooses, that person will win a decal, Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project decal. And yes, look at my green fingernail. Okay, there we go. Oh, giant hand. Sorry, didn't want to scare you. Yeah, but what I'll do also is I'll post my email address. So all you need to do is just send me an email, and I will. Or also, I think what you can do is just click on. I can click on your name. Let me take a quick look at. Okay, no. uh, okay, Michael, it's under your family name. Very cool. Well, I guess no one wants to join me on the on here. Just unless you're a first-time user and you're working through the system of StreamYard. But look through the chat. There's a link. Just click on that link and go through the system, and it'll show up. Okay, I see here. There's like I'm trying to figure out how I can get a hold of the winner. All right, I see there's a private chat option. Otherwise, you can send me a message. If you're on Facebook, just send me a message. If you're on the group, send me a message, or I'll, even so, if you're not on the group, I'll post my email address, and just send me an email. Aw, thank you. I'm trying to remember. Okay, BJ LaPierre. Good to see you too. I had so much fun at the Jefferson County Bigfoot Festival in Punxsutawney. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed it there. I haven't been able to make it back there because the dates just conflicted with other things that I was involved with at the time. Um, I wish I could get back there. You know, the people that run that are such good people. I love them. You know, there's so many, you know, all the festivals and everything that are going on, you know, in Pennsylvania. Um, they're all run. I haven't run into anyone yet that hasn't been, you know, really just a great person. And I always have fun at all the festivals, you know, except for being exhausted by the end of it. Yeah, my sister's crossing the Mason-Dixon line. She and her husband are going to West Virginia for dinner and to fill up with gas because gas is cheaper across the state line. I know. I go over into Ohio. Yeah, that's true. They do. They do match the room color, sort of. This paint, you know, my office is new, and I chose this paint color because under different lights, it shows different color. In certain lights, it comes up as gray, and other times like a blue gray. But right now, it's coming up as like a teal or green. Okay, well, let's see. All right, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Bigfoot? How do they find their mates? What do you guys think? You let me know. I want to discuss this with you guys. You know, there's, like I said, there's, you know, different things that people say what happens. And again, I know what I myself have observed and other researchers throughout the United States have observed also. And we can discuss that. And if you have a different theory, you let me know. You know, are they like us where they find one person? Probably the male thinks she smells good. That's entirely possible. Pheromones are pretty powerful. You know, do they find one mate and stay with that one mate and start a family with just that one, you know, one male, one female? Or do they have harems? An alpha male, an alpha female, you know, some lower rank females, beta males, you know, perhaps sons or just uh, males that have wandered in and just want to have a home, but they're not allowed to mix their DNA. If they want to start their own family, they have to go off and get their own territory. That's what I've heard. Okay, you were at the Jefferson County Bigfoot Paranormal Festival. Okay, Getting to Know You Project, Church Gnome. Oh my goodness, got a picture of me with Buddy the gnome. Oh, okay, Reynoldsville Park. That's right. Yeah, I have not been there yet. Oh, okay. Well, Michael Anthony.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Wow, I
Hey,
like the colorings, the borders.
thank you.
So what's up?
I know that's pretty cool. Well, we're just discussing a few things, and hey, if anyone wants to change the subject, go right ahead.
Oh, I do that all the time. No, I don't want to do that. But I thought since you were calling out, I'd stop in for a minute. I do appreciate you, and I want you to know I am going to call you. Our schedules have been a little bit conflicting, but I have
Yes.
something really important I'd like to discuss with you, and
All
I
right.
think you'll be happy to hear what I would like to share to you. May come as a surprise to some, but that's
Good.
quite all
All right.
right too. It's because we can help each other, and that's what it's about.
That's right.
So, what's going on in the Bigfoot world in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I've gotten a few reports, and right now I'm still kind of processing them because some of them are quite strange. Uh, and I think I had messaged you earlier. I had received I don't know if it's a UFO report or if it's from a meteor, but a friend of mine up in Forest County, he was, I think he and a few other people observed a green ball flying across the sky, and it wasn't flying real fast across the sky like a meteor. It was going slow, and they observed it going slow, and it was pretty low, and then they think that it landed in the swamp next to their property because they saw the green glow in the woods over there, and it was getting brighter and dimmer and brighter and dimmer. And then finally, after about an hour or so, the green glow disappeared. Who knows, it may have gone down in the swamp. But the property owner at the swamp area uh, apparently is not a friendly neighbor. And he would not want anyone trespassing on his property.
Yeah, that
But
happens so often.
yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
mean,
Apparently, this green glow had been reported in Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and after that, I guess no more reports. So if it did land,
that's
yeah,
kind of interesting. Reminds me a little bit of Kecksburg.
yeah,
But objects can't fly like that. I mean, a lot of questions at times need to be asked. I'm still working some paperwork on how to best ask proper questions to see if there is factual identifications to the best that one can do in order to go through like 1 through 10. What I'm trying to do as far as with what's in the skies is just try to share content. You've probably seen that going on. It's reflecting more about incidents and um, people's abilities of that counteract within ufology, as well on the ground, because
mm-hmm.
we do speculate in ways that there is some type of connection, possibly, that some people talked about seeing spacecrafts and then observing Bigfoot.
Yep,
You have stories out there like the Gardner story. I think that's how he pronounced his name. I posted something about that because I read about it some time ago, actually, and I thought Well, this is, kind of like one of those stories that stands out where you have testimony from somebody who claimed that he, actually had to kill a dog man. And then afterwards, going through this
Mm.
whole thing of process and, um, you know, resetting his own mind of the experience, he gets visitors, from the federal government. And they may claim that he killed, maybe unintentionally, as what they called an adversary of theirs. So it's so difficult,
Oh,
but it's so important that we look on the ground as well into the skies. I know what I've seen in
yes.
my life. I can't explain it totally, but I was a witness to one of these things more than once, and I'm going to do the best I can to do a 1 through 10 kind of documentation of question. But I think the open line system might take a little bit of time for trust
Yeah.
to be earned by me to them. But I'll do the best I can. That's where you're going to come in with me. Because I love you to death. I love your energy. I
Oh,
love your integrity and your honesty and what you've done and the structure that you built. And it's not that I'm reaching out because I need this to happen for me. I think in time with hard work, everything can happen. I just think putting the right people in the right places, because we are going to lose in the future good people. So whatever we can retain now to keep a platform working better and that element within, um, is going to be a way that we can leave legacy to go into the next future coming up behind us. The next set of people who are reaching out to look up into the skies and say, "What is that? What's up in the skies?" And they continue the work. So by creating this hotline, I felt it necessary, and I think you'll love this because you know how hard and how much time you have to put in. That
yes.
when you're surrounded by good, better comes. And
That's
to me, I want to focus that way the best I can. But I think it would be a show to hang out, talk, have conversations about past events, whether it entails Bigfoot, Dogman with the UFOs or just separate issues of it. And I think then people's minds and hearts will open up to make phone calls in and to share their stories while we discuss events that have occurred.
yeah, that's true, and it's good. Sounds very good. Yeah, and you're right. Whenever we find good people, uh, you want to hang on to them, and utilize them, as best as possible. Uh, you know, because
Right.
this field, it is so. There's so many people who are into it just for their ego, just for money, just for power. Um, it's not for that. What we're doing, we won't get anywhere. No one will. We're not going to learn anything about what's going on, not only with Bigfoot, but with everything else. If we're all in, into this just for ourselves,
Right.
we've got to be in it for each other.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. But again, the hardest thing is people will think everyone's tramping on each other's toes. And that's not really where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a place where people tell me that nobody's picking up the phones in the other places.
Oh,
That's what I've been hearing a lot over the last year and a half. And I thought, well, it's worth a shot. There's good people out there. And I have 13 people who want to represent states right now. It's not enough, but it's a start. And right here in
yeah.
Pennsylvania is one of the best starts we could have. Look at the goodness that's come out of Pennsylvania. All of the representatives that we have that are in different paranormal of the unknown
Hmm.
communities. It's immense, but it's important. And we have one of the best that sat in front of Congress just recently, and just amazingly enough, we're both from Pittsburgh. So I might know a couple of things. I don't know. Maybe I don't. But I just want to do the best, and I want to see you succeed too. So that's why when you put up that little link, I was like, Mike, nobody wants a gloom and mirror. I'm going to step in for a minute and say hello and wish her a happy Valentine's Day, and to her audience as well. And if you pick me for the, I wouldn't accept it. I would say pass it on to the most deserving. I don't win things. I don't want to win things.
Oh. You have enough decals.
Well, no, I could always use another one somehow, I guess. But, I was always the one, like, I got contacted by Snoop Dogg because it's a scenario of people that know me that I'm friends with under a different name. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have there's somebody different besides Michael Anthony in the world. That's true. And I utilize that, and I have other friends. And they were taunting everybody. And it was about money, and it was about this, and it was about that. And he was like, and, I'm getting hit up. Come on, man, you can help me do this. And I'm like, well, yeah, I could help you do it, but I want you to help the person that really needs it, not me.
Yeah.
And he was just like, and I'm like, what? But it's factual. It's true. I mean, we could always use a little more. But when it comes to things like that, if they have good intent with good structure, go handle it and go take care of it with people that really need your help. Because every day I get by and I wake up and I start a new day, and I'm content with that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you wake up alive and you're able to get out of bed. It's a good day.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a good day.
Yeah, it really is. So, hey, what do you got coming up in the spring? I know you have a camp on. Have you been promoting that? Have you getting more information on?
Let me see, the Land Between the Lakes camp out. That's hosted by Woodwalkers and Beast, and that is on April 5th through the 7th. And for information on that, you would need to join the Woodwalkers. Woodwalkers group. That's WOODWALKERZ as in zebra. And just join that group on Facebook.
It sounds familiar. I probably actually am, but I'm just so much everywhere. I'll focus on doing that, seeing if I can help you share some more information regarding that. And that
appreciate it.
That sounds really cool, though. I mean, I've talked with B. Moss
and
several other people that have visited or had representatives of people in the community that's been on the shows that talked an enormously amount of bringing forth an enormously amount of information on experiences and so forth. Yeah. One of the things that I think about, though, is, and I'm not saying that they're not factual, is the fact that these not all encounters are good, and then you hear that they're in form of being our helpers in the future. And, it's that wishy-washy kind of thing, like trying to not create conflict in your own mind, but trying to just diversify the facts of it that are with good intent. So we can try to, fit the pieces a little bit better together. How do you feel on that part? I mean, in your time that you've been doing this all these years, and this isn't an interview, it's just a question to you. How do you feel about that? Is a lot of reports and Bigfoot come across as where they have endangered people in some way?
It's pretty much, let me think. I don't think I've really looked at the percentage-wise, but I would think it would be pretty much evenly matched 50 with between a good sighting or good experience, which would be more of a matter of nothing happening, just a sighting with it far away. That would be a good sighting with nothing bad happening. a bad happening, well, no, the bad ones would be a little bit lower on that scale, come to think of it. That would be more like around 20%, perhaps even lower, where Bigfoot actually got aggressive. There are experiences, encounters where you don't have a sighting, and they will throw rocks at you, throw tree limbs at you. They'll pace you in the woods, basically to take you out. Hi, Tennessee Cherokee. Good to see ya. Yeah, they'll, you know, growl at you, something like that. With some people also, just to see one, even though the Bigfoot isn't being aggressive or anything, just seeing one is very traumatizing to some people.
Right.
I think it just basically blows their mind, blows a few circuits, and they just can't process it. Something like that exists. So it just depends on the person, I think, and their perspective, as to whether something is good or bad, or I've had rocks thrown at me, I've had tree limbs thrown at me, I've been growled at, I've been bluff charged. Do I consider them bad? Bad up to a point. Some of them were my own fault, and I freely admit it. Some of them I was kind of pushing the issue uh, when I should have backed off and walked away, and I didn't, and knew better. But it was more a matter of just trying to see what I can get away with,
Right.
or else I had no choice. I had to stand my ground for one reason or another.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I do agree with you on the fact of when anybody's in a moment within the unknown, um, our own fears in ways uh, probably traumatize us more than the event.
Yeah. Oh, it does. Yeah. My sister, she she was in a pickup truck, just looking out the window, and we were driving along a dirt road about 15-20 miles an hour, and she saw one sitting up in a tree about 30, 40 yards away, and she still suffers PTSD just from that, just from seeing it. It. She believed me. She believed what I was telling her, and she had gone on quite a few other research trips with me. But she really didn't get involved with it. She would just be a bystander, sitting in the truck for most of the time we would go anywhere. But whenever she saw one for herself, it just, whenever she talks about it now, she shakes.
Hmm.
She still shakes about it.
Yeah, and I believe that that's true. Again, everybody's different. We will
Yeah.
not all ever react the same way.
No.
I'm with what I experienced, not being of the same subject matter. It didn't stop me from going back out and wanting to look at more and see more. I don't know. So I'm happy for myself that way. But what it did do, it confirmed things to me. It validated things to me to continue to keep going, to keep researching, to keep looking for the information.
Yeah.
And my God, when we look at all the information across the board that pertains to all this strangeness, as I put it and throw it out there, or from within my skiff.
Mhm.
I got my own private little skiff. It's when everybody sees me hiding in my little dungeon place. Some guys have their what they call the man cave. Well, my studio is kind of like my man cave, but I'm just glad that I can stay with it and focus. And
Yeah.
I think in a way it helps me understand what to look for more, not what I already observed, but
Hmm.
with the facts that I learned from to correlate them together.
Yeah, that's basically that's what you need to do is learn how to process it. What you learn and process it in whatever way works for you in order to figure it out, at least for yourself, as to what happened. Um, myself, in my mind, I go over every little point, and I try to think, okay, what else could it have been? And I just work down the line until I come to the fact that okay, I have no other choice. That was a Bigfoot, or that was whatever. Um, but everyone process it, in different ways.
Right. Right. That I think that's one of the reasons I threw a little. There's somebody here for you. I thought that was very important to reach the people so they
Yeah,
understood that there was compassion and an ear to listen to them. And I hope, like I said, I'm
yeah,
hoping for good things to come out of it for many people. Not because I did it or thought about it, but because it's going to reflect and help many others. And that's what I'm reaching for, to try to get us to a point of something better. And you know, we're brought up learning certain things, of course, and being taught things, and um, learning to reject many things. And then all we hear
hmm,
about are all these fascinating stories of that don't reflect to the uh, within our upbringing, or within our faculties, because of the information that we understood, but now we have new information that we need to understand. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to a lot of things and working with a lot of different people and having a lot of guests and having you on more regularly. I know you were busy. I saw all those fascinating things you did. That was your home you were doing?
yes, yep.
Outstanding.
That's this office right here.
So
Um,
you got your man cave. Women have man caves.
that's right. Yeah, this is a combination office. I have a sewing embroidery machine
Wow.
back there, and a cricket. They both of them I need to learn how to use. But
Yeah.
this is all things to um, you know possibly make little things to sell at the festivals and so on. I hope. But yeah, we'll see. I may make a complete botch out of everything, but we'll find out.
I don't blame you for that. I mean, if you have the time to do it and it offsets in the world that we live in our expenses, then
Yeah,
you have every right
that's
to
what it
do
is
that.
right there. Offset the expenses.
Yeah.
Whenever you go through, um, places like Vista Print or other, places where you purchase, per se, a T-shirt, and they print on your design, and then you buy it from them and sell it elsewhere. You have to mark up. Well, your markup from what they charge you, profit margin is teeny tiny. If you want to remain at a reasonable rate,
Yeah.
and so I figure, well, let's see what I can do here.
Yeah. I understand that because I was actually approached at one time. I don't remember if it was somebody on my friends list at work somewhere or what. And it didn't happen once. It happened like 2 or 3 times with different people. And, I thanked them and all, but they were like, look, we do all the work. You don't have to do nothing. It, they click the button, we make it, we ship it, and we handle the rest with you. So it's like they were putting price points onto
Yeah.
everything, or I would just be billed a certain amount and I could put any markup on top that I wanted and it would still work through their app program. And I just, I wanted to get out in ways, but I didn't want to get out in ways like that. Nor
Mm-hmm.
did I have the time between my 100 posts that I do a day, conflicting and trying to do. I'm not going to get into that, but you know what I'm talking about. And I do that, and then I'm working with people and talking to people, and some people from TV shows. I was on a phone with one today, correlating some things from Blind Frog Ranch to interject with them into the show, and that's looks like it's moving forward. Although they need some NDA approvals, with Discovery. So that takes a lot, and to put my
It,
mind elsewhere to worry about. I told my kids once, look, if something great ever happened, I don't want to do it. You guys do it because you're the ones that need it. Because who's the first one to knock on mom or dad's door?
yeah.
Kids when they need something. So if I could turn something to them and just let me do what I do and feel more at home and more comfortable, I'm
Yep.
happy with that because I figure I'm 65, still quite handsome as a joke. But I mean, one never knows. And if there's some part of something that they could continue or say where they could say to themselves, and maybe you feel the same way, where a child steps up and takes over what you started and keeps it continuing to
I
help get
would
the
love
answer
that.
for everybody. But in the
I
meantime,
yeah.
it may justify their way of living a little better too.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I bought this stuff last year. No, really, about 2 years ago. And then my office finally got built and completed. And now it's like, oh, just trying to find the time. And then
Right.
I know as soon as spring hits and the festivals and campouts and everything else starts up, oh, time, no, no.
It is
We'll
that
see.
part.
We'll
I
see what
understand.
happens.
Well, I want to thank you for letting me step in with you. I hope I kept you company in a good way.
Oh,
I will be in touch with you so we
absolutely,
can further,
yes.
yeah, I'll further talk to you more. And I
Good.
want you to know the door is always open for you. If you want to be involved, if you see something that I post and it just interests you
Mhm.
enough, knowing me the way we know each other, and it's not a 100-year relationship,
Mhm.
but we have a certain kind of connection, and you think you could be
Yeah.
helpful on a platform show, please hit me up and say, Michael, I'd like to sit in on that and co-host it with you, and I will, hit the approve button to do whatever you want. Always be a part, and I want people to understand they can do that also with me. I don't mind going solo, but I also like to know that if I can help somebody else in a different way, I'm more than willing to
Yeah.
do that part. And I know you're the same way. That's why you put a StreamYard link up tonight. So I thank you for
Oh,
that.
oh, you're welcome. This is a new. I'm still learning how to use this. Honestly, I'm not a tech person, and so I found the button, to add another person. So I figured
Mhm.
I'm going to use it.
Well,
Let's get someone else on here.
I feel
And I
privileged to
thank
be
you
your
for joining
test.
me. I thank you. You were the best person
Well,
to get
listen,
on here with
I
me.
am going to
Or
continue to
you're a
listen to the
blessing.
rest of. I'm going to continue to listen to the rest of the show. I might make
All
a
right.
comment or two. I'll always be guilty of that. Uh, so,
Good.
with that, I'm going to say to everybody, Happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you have great evenings. Stay to the end. Mary's great. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay. Now, BJ, you had asked a question. Let me get back to it. Uh, let's see. Yeah, last time we spoke, let me see. I had mentioned, that's right. Yeah, there was a dogman sighting I had heard about in the Allegheny National Forest. I did look into it. There was so little information on that that I honestly could not find anything more than, and right now I'm trying to think about the report itself. That's been a while ago, but whenever you brought this up, it did strike a memory. So I do recall it, but as for what the particulars are, I honestly don't remember. And I do apologize for everyone else. You're probably all wondering. You want to be told the story about this dogman sighting in the Allegheny National Forest. That's something I'm going to have to dig up. It might be in the group itself. I'll just have to dig into that. And again, I apologize. But from what I do recall, that there was so little information on that I really could not find anything else. I did receive another dogman sighting report, but it was from like 30, 40 years ago, and more like 40 plus years ago. And that was out in central Pennsylvania from someone. And this was a confidential report, and I honestly don't want to get into details on it without getting permission from the person themselves. All I can say was this was in central Pennsylvania. Let me think. All right, let me think what county that was. I'd have to go through my notes, and they are buried right now. But what happened was there was, I'm not going to say what area right now. For one thing, I can't remember. It's in my notes. And but what happened was this person was a child, 5 years old, and they were living on a farm with their family. And one day they were riding in the car with their dad, and all of a sudden, what he described as a werewolf ran across the road, quadrupedal. It was on all fours, ran across the road in front of them, and he said it was huge. He was 5 years old at the time, so he really couldn't describe, exact, measurements or anything, but he did say it was a dirt road that they were on, and it reached from one side of the road to beyond the other side. And it ran across the road and into a field on the other side, and disappeared in the brush. Apparently, his father must have informed other people, other farmers in the area, because they were ready with their shotguns or something if something went after their livestock. Apparently, like a month and a half later, the witness said that he woke up in the middle of the night to a huge ruckus. He heard the neighbor's dogs start barking. This neighbor had about 9 dogs, and I think they were a mixture of Dobermans and Rottweilers. And they were basically guard dogs, for the livestock. At least from what I recall, he said. I honestly don't know. But they were barking and howling and growling and apparently going after something. He also heard something growling and roaring, basically. And then all of a sudden he heard, yips and whines and yelps, from the dogs, that they were that along with the growls and everything, they were getting into a fight with the creature. It was most likely the dog man that they ran into. And then what happened eventually, though, was that the dog man or whatever ripped apart a few of the dogs, severely maimed the other ones. I think only maybe 1 or 2 actually survived. The rest were literally torn apart. He said that what happened was, his dad ran out the door with the shotgun, and his mother locked the door behind him, and told the kids get into the bedroom and get under the beds. His father ran over to the neighbor's house, and they apparently went out with their shotguns after whatever it was. Other neighbor called the police, and the state troopers came in, and I guess after a little bit of a prolonged battle, there was, he said he heard numerous shotguns firing, not only shotguns, but long rifles and some small, pistol fire. And along with the roaring of, I'm going to say dog man, but who knows what it was exactly. Eventually, the noise stopped, and his father came back very, very late. And, he asked his father, and his father wouldn't talk. And apparently, his father talked about it until many years later. His father told him that what happened was that the Pennsylvania state troopers came in and went after it, shot it, and killed it. He also said that the state troopers brought in a helicopter and carried it off with the helicopter. I don't know if they tied it on a netting or something. I would think so. They would have to carry it, hanging below a copter. I can't imagine them putting something like that inside. But that was that story. Now what I had, I'd spoken with someone else about this, and I know that you can file a Freedom of Freedom of Information Act FOIA request with the state police, and hopefully this would still be on record. They would still have records of this that they would be able to bring up. I know the year that it happened, so I would be able to inquire as to the area and the year. So, if I do find out something, I'll let you all know. Honestly, what I find out, I let you guys find out also. I don't hide. I don't hide information. About the only information that I will not put out is locations. I may give a general location, but for something like this, I think I'll even give out that much. All I can say is, central Pennsylvania, and that's about it. But whenever I find out information, I'll let you guys know. I'll put it on the group, Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, and I'll put it on the podcast also. Okay, BJ, you you lean a little bit more towards dog man. God bless you. If you're into camping, we're going down, some of us are going to Land Between the Lakes, Kentucky, April 5th to the 7th. Camping, it's primitive camping. There might be a restroom nearby. It depends on which area they're setting up the camp at. This is hosted by the Woodwalkers group. Now I went in. I spelled. Let me put. I'll put it in the chat. Boy, I tell you. Okay. Right now, I don't have the link, but go on the Facebook group of Woodwalkers. And if you're interested in going to the camp out, go to their Facebook group. And, the camp where they will be holding this, I think they can only hold 100 people, but there are like 5 or 6 different campgrounds in the Land Between the Lakes, recreation area. I intend on camping in one of those other campgrounds because I'm not in the crowds. And where I like to camp is a fairly active area with Bigfoot. I'm not into Dogman, not at all. Even though I am going to Between Lakes. But no, the area that I camp out. Oh, Wanda, hey, how you doing? Yeah, get on there. And, it's primitive camping. Be prepared for cold weather because, we were there in 2022 and it was freezing. It was literally freezing. Okay, you want to talk about the white Bigfoot? Oh my goodness. I just got a report on a white or gray Bigfoot. And this was up in Forest County, Pennsylvania. And this person collected some hair, and I think they're getting ready to send it out to one of the labs, and we'll see see what the results are that they get back. So fingers crossed, we'll see. They're sending it to the North Carolina lab. I have my reservations about that lab, primarily because of who is promoting it. I don't know. They could be honest. Wanda, we are going to keep Greg in our prayers for his surgery. If anyone isn't aware of it, Greg House, Wanda, he was climbing up a ladder. Is that what happened? I'm trying to remember. He was climbing up a ladder, and he fell and broke. Was it one ankle or both? But it was bad break, and God bless him. He came to Land Between the Lakes with us, hobbling around on his crutches. That man is something else. And we wanted putting up with him. But no, Greg House is such a wonderful man. And Michael Anthony, Greg House would be well worth it to get on your podcast to talk about Bigfoot. He's got, he and Wanda live in a very active area in Alabama. And he's got stories that, oh my. Ooh, yeah, the Bigfoot down there are something else. They really are. That's all I can tell you. Okay, he broke his leg in the knee area, now his ankles. Oh, and God bless both of you. Again, I'll keep both of you in my prayers, and him for healing, for his surgery and for healing. Okay, BJ. Oh, your brother lives in Kentucky, not far from LBL. Okay, let me highlight this. Okay. Oh, Wanda, that's wonderful. I'm looking forward to seeing both of you. Yeah, BJ, that would. Oh, okay. You live in Forest County, BJ. Okay, very cool. Yeah, LBL. There are both Dogman and Bigfoot there. From what I hear, I've been there twice. This will be my third time going there in April for that for Woodwalkers camp out. And I truly do. I guess I'm crazy. I'm nuts. But anytime I can get out with other Bigfooters, especially great Bigfooters, people who know what they're doing, know what they're talking about, and who are willing to, like myself, teach. They're willing to, help people learn about Bigfoot, about what's going on and what to do, what not to do. Fantastic area. We, from what I hear, the Dogman, they're coming. Dogman is primarily to the north. and they are slowly getting more into Bigfoot territory from what I've heard. And what I've also heard from a friend who lives near there also is that whenever Dogman comes in into Bigfoot territory, the Bigfoot move out. They're apparently there's bad blood there, and that's kind of frightening right there. If Bigfoot is afraid of something, that's something I want no parts of. I truly am not interested at all in seeing a dog man. I truly am not. I'm not interested in that. I research Bigfoot. I leave dog man to other people. I hope to honestly never see one. A dog man. Yeah, it would. Yeah. If you're in church, best thing to do, he, his wife, and the pastor heard a Bigfoot screaming outside of their church. Pray. That's your best weapon right there. Yeah, the gray Bigfoot hair. Let me think. Who was that mentioned it? Okay, Patty, you mentioned about the white Bigfoot, and you're curious how they would stay camouflaged. Well, it's primarily because of their hair, and you wouldn't think so, but like polar bears, their hair is hollow. Their hair will refract the light, and it gathers in whatever colors are more predominant, in the background, and very, very easy to camouflage and blend in, whenever um, your hair, whatever you're wearing, is gathering in those colors. If you're in a patch of brown mud, well, then your hair would excuse me, show up, as brown. It would gather in those colors. If you're in the woods around green, it would show you as being green. Excuse me. My dog is sitting behind me, as usual, in my chair. She's a border collie, as everyone I hope knows. Her name is Sinead. She may show herself, she may not. But she is, like a chameleon, Patty, correct. And Sinead is pushing me out of my chair. she's only about, okay, there she is. Everybody say hi. Hi, Sinead. Sinead. Yeah, you're a star of the show now. I know it's warm in here. I turned the heater on because it's in here, so I turned the heater on to go, and Now for me, it's a little bit too warm. I like it a little bit cool. I usually keep the heater on like around 66, something like that, 67. Okay. Yeah. Well, BJ, if you want to join us at the camp out, get on Woodwalkers and come on. Anyone else? Yeah, come on. Okay. How many times have I heard of a white Bigfoot? Well, there's the famous one, Carbondale, Pennsylvania. The white Bigfoot. There's a video of it. A lot of people think that it's fake just because of the way it looks, the way it moves. The eyes are completely black. But then if you truly think about it, that's the way that their eyes would be, to gather in as much light as possible at nighttime. There would be hardly any sclera showing and any white showing, I have no room on my chair. She's gonna come on down. No. Ooh. Okay, there. Reclaim my chair. Okay, I put a blanket down here for yeah, look up, there's a YouTube video, Carbondale. Let me type it in here. And if anyone else has the link for that video, go ahead and feel free to type it in. Carbondale, Pennsylvania, white Bigfoot. There was one in Alabama. That's right. The white thing. That's what it was. Yes, the white thing. THANG. And I know you probably pronounce it differently in Alabama, but that's how I read it. Yeah, we're at the other end of the Appalachian mountain range up here. You're down at the bottom. We're up here. It ends up in Maine. We're still here in Pennsylvania. We're in the foothills. We're in the foothills of the Appalachians. My mom was a West Virginia hillbilly. And right here in Western Pennsylvania, there's plenty of hills and hollers. Whenever I talk about my very first sighting, I always tell everyone, how Western Pennsylvania is. We got the hills, we got the hollers, hills and hollers. Alabama white thing. Oh, yeah. There's a Facebook page for it, really. Oh, cool. Okay. Sand Mountain. Okay. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I've got like 3 friends in the Florence area. Well, one of them passed away a few years ago. But I've got a couple other friends in Florence. I really need to get down there, truly. And I don't think it's going to be, at least not this spring. What I was hoping to be able to do was after the Land Between the Lakes camp out was to just continue my trip and head on down to Alabama. But that ain't going to work out. Okay. Oklahoma. All right, my friend Dawn in Oklahoma was telling her Bigfoot sighting where she lives in a rural town, and the Bigfoot had a brown body but a white butt. It was on top of a house and jumped down. Very scary. Interesting. There's goodness, I am not a primatologist, and right now my brain is just on, it's just not processing. uh, but I'm thinking, okay, no, it's the orangutan, I think, where their body is one color, but their butt is a different color. And, and the Bigfoot DNA comes up as non-human primate. So it's possible, that like the orangutan, that it's at least that particular branch, because there's different types of Bigfoot. And they, who knows, maybe the coloration like that is different. Wanda, I would love to. I truly would. Um, all I can think of, maybe this fall. It's about the only time that I can think of that I may possibly be able to come down would be in the fall. I know one thing: I would not be able to take your summer heat, heat or humidity. Um, no, know how. Yeah, I would melt. I would literally just be miserable and be a puddle of wax in the middle of the path, because I would just melt on down. That's interesting about the Bigfoot in Oklahoma that your friend saw. Um, that really is interesting. Yeah, I've got, in our group, Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project on Facebook, we do have, we've got a couple primatologists and anthropologists, and I may just need to talk with them about that, get their input. Are you on my group, BJ? On Facebook? Get in on the group. Tell you what, guys, time was really flying. And we're doing this little contest where you can win this decal, Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project decal. I took a whole bunch of people in here. And okay, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. I've got a comment random generator where it'll go through everyone who has commented in the group, and it'll pop up a name, and whoever name that it comes up with, that's who will win the decal. And what I'll do is, let me type it in right here now. I'll put in my email address. And if you, whoever wins, if you have my phone number, just give me a call. Okay, BJ, yeah, please. Yeah, I'd love to talk with her. I really would. Okay, let me see if I can do this generator. Ugh, goodness, this is, I swear. Please, what the heck? All right. I'm not a techie person. I apologize for this little delay. Okay. All right, let's see. Come on, start. Please enter first video link. Get YouTube comments. All right. Okay, come on. All right. All right. And why is this not cooperating with me? Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Okay, now sing to yourselves the Jeopardy theme song. Do 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 do. Patty Fry, you won. That's the that's the comment that it chose, and it chose you. You won. You won the decal, Patty. Congratulations. That is cool. That is really cool. Congratulations. All right, let me see if I can get down here. Yes, Patty. Congratulations. Okay, and BJ. Yes, yeah. Thank you. I'd really love to hear from her about that. And yay, Patty. Yes, it it pays to play. That's right. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to you, Patty. Aw, I'm glad. And and if anyone else is interested in purchasing one of our decals, they are $5. Just oh, you're over 3 minutes behind in my video. Oh, but that's okay. Hey, it'll catch up eventually, BJ. And Patty, congratulations again. And if anyone else is interested in purchasing one of the decals, I have, I think, 5 more left. Send me a message or let me know. I will send you I take PayPal or well hidden cash, but I wouldn't suggest that with the U.S. Postal Service. They are anymore. They're taking like 4 to 6 weeks to send anything. So send me a message, and we'll get you your decal. You know, I take PayPal, free shipping. Aw, Patty, I'm so glad. Congratulations. That is cool. First time I've done one of those. And yeah, we'll get your, yeah, I probably still have your address, but send me a message, send me a private message, with or text me with your address, and I'll get that mailed out to you, Patty. Aw. Winter, winter, chicken dinner. Happy Valentine's Day, Patty. Um, but tell you what, guys, it's almost 9 o'clock. That's Eastern Standard Time. And I think we're going to shut this down. And I'm so glad that all of you were able to show up and participate in this discussion. We kind of drifted away, from the initial discussion, and that's okay. It was kind of fizzling out anyways. Whenever I put up a subject line, sometimes it's more of a suggestion. I may have a little bit in there about it, and I depend on you guys to help me carry through. And but yeah, and I do apologize for the past 2 weeks that I wasn't on. We're having some family issues, and I just needed to take the time to devote to what was going on. But we'll see you next week, same time, same channel. And I hope you all have a happy Valentine's Day. Hug the one you're with, give them a good kiss, and whether it's your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, father, dog, or cat, it's Valentine's Day. It's a special day, and I know that it's hard for people whenever you're alone. I've been through those days. I remember it. But call one and just talk on the phone and tell someone that you love them. Love you all, and you have a good night. Congratulations, Patty Fry, your winner chicken dinner. And thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on with me, and I am looking forward to what's you choose the cat, Patty. Oh my God, Patty, you're a hoot. All right. Talk to you all later. Have Valentine's Day. Monkey Wench out.